So yeah, I thought I'd come down to the Kent coast just to finish this YouTube video about the Nikon D600. Such a beautiful day, so going from the river down to the sea, so a few boats in the video, but hopefully I'll explain what the Nikon D600 can do. And yeah, definitely a great camera, as hopefully you'll see in this video. You can pretty much use any camera these days to make films, to shoot videos for the YouTube channel. And obviously the quality of the digital camera market is growing year on year, and the cost of these cameras will vary from one to another. To be honest, it's not the camera you use to create the videos, it's how you use them that makes the film good or bad. Good filmmakers pay attention to things like image quality, lighting, composition, and the sound quality. If I'm making a film on location and I'm alone, I tend to put the camera for the most part on a tripod. I mean, there's nothing worse than shaky handheld footage to drive people away from, you know, staying till the end of the video. A steady flow of footage will always look better than unsteady, unstable, handheld, shaky video. Yeah, this gives me time to frame up the shot and gives me some time to work through some routines on, you know, how I'm going to present myself in front of the camera. What I enjoy about using the Nikon D600 DSLR is its relatively small size, so it's easy to throw into my bag and carry from one location to another. So it's ideal when you're, you know, moving around and you want to set up quite quickly. There's nothing worse than having a great big camera with you, you know, lugging it around. The weight will take its toll in the end, and yeah, so this is easy to, you know, just set up and get going really. It has a relatively decent battery life, and I carry a spare anyway, just in case, you know, the first one quits. Also, I quite like the two SD card slots, so if you're shooting for a prolonged period of time, then having a second card slot as a backup for your time, then that really works well for the D600. I got my Nikon D600 about 18 months ago for around £500, which is great value when you consider, you know, the price of cameras nowadays. I tend to shoot at 24 frames per second to give it that kind of cinematic feel, and also it's a habit I like to get into. It goes to 60 frames per second for the slow motion look, but unfortunately it doesn't do the 120 frames per second, you know, if you're looking for that Peter McKinnon kind of very slow motion B-roll sequence. You can get some great time-lapse video out of this camera, you know, which I love. So, and I always try to crowbar a time-lapse into a video. Depends, you know, if it's relating to the story or not, but in general I tend to use a time-lapse video if I can. I tend to use the Zeiss 50mm 1.4 lens with this camera because they seem to go together like a hand in glove. They're a perfect match, and it keeps the overall feel and vibe of the camera quite small and light. It's not exactly really heavy to lug around with you. Again, there's a wonderful balance between this camera and this lens, especially if you're handheld shooting B-roll scenes. The audio in the Nikon D600 should never be used as your frontline audio, so that's why I use the Zoom H4n most of the time to capture the good audio and the sound system that I'm looking for the videos. I do use other cameras in my professional workflow, but for the YouTube videos, the Nikon D600 is absolutely ideal and perfect for, you know, what I'm trying to achieve. If you're looking to get into making a lot of videos, especially for YouTube, then I'd highly recommend the Nikon D600, which is great value and it's a really good workhorse. I'm looking to grow my YouTube channel, so if you could drop me a like and maybe subscribe, that would be fantastic. Thanks for watching.